Danny. Congratulations, guys.
Welcome back to the Stand-Up World Tour. The last event saw the world's best head down to Brazil for the Mormai Ibiraquera Wave Contest, where they once again did battle at the fourth stop of the 2010 Stand-Up World Tour. We were not to be disappointed, either in terms of conditions or depth of talent to be found deep in South Brazil. The sheer number of phenomenal Brazilian stand-up surfers was mind-blowing. However, it was Leco Salazar who would stand out from the crowd, showing the title contenders and the world at large that he is a serious force to be reckoned with on the Stand-Up World Tour.
But it's going to be a big fight all the way till the end.
You know, it's not over till it's over, but I'm really just excited to, keep my momentum going.
After 2 months of training and preparation, the Stand-Up World Tour now reconvenes for its final showdown of 2010, the prestigious Hawaii Island Finals, to be held on the east side of the Big Island. Athletes from 12 different countries representing the best stand-up surfers from all over the world have come together for this final event, for one last chance to progress in the overall world rankings, but also to crown the sport's first ever world champion. The significance of returning to Hawaii for the finals is marked by a traditional ava ceremony and blessing to ensure that the right protocol is followed and that the event can get off to the right start here on the Big Island.
O Hawaii o he ave, mau ia hama, o la kai hina, o ahu o ka aku he o koe o mauna o kalani po, I he o ka poleno na mo tu. Ha ula ku hai mo ana hoi ke kanani o haina, he ka polena o ka ula na Hawaii ni ho.
The Hawaii Island Finals is taking place at Honolulu, a beach park just north of Hilo that has undergone some inspirational changes over the past decade. We met with the leader of this movement, Bradus Gibbs, to learn more about what has been achieved and the example his Paka crew have set in motion.
It started in 2003, and where we really learned this from was our kupuna, our grandparents. And my grandfather is pure Hawaiian, Kaloka Kamahele. So he taught me about the aina, about aloha, about respect. And he says, we from Akua, which is God, we come from the aina. And when we die, we're going back to the aina. And our job is to be takers of this aina. When we started in 2003, if you can imagine, this whole bank here had about 60 bags of bottles, big bags of bottles, and this whole area was bottles, had some toilets and computers, and kids used to rip off and throw all the stuff down in here. It was just a mess. And we came in and we made it like this, but the thing is, what's so awesome is when we did it, we didn't tell the county. We just said a prayer, we did it. 6 months later, we seen the mayor. He was so excited, he was Harry Kim. And he said, but Skids, we own the land. But what really happened was we had the meeting with Bishop Estate. Skids, we're glad you're doing what you're doing, because they was going to sell them, because nobody took care. So we got it for $1 a year. We give it to the county. They have the liability. I do the Friends of the Park program with the county. I adopt it, and we take care of it, and we malamu it. But for $1. And that's why more we're going out and doing more properties, because the thing is, that's how you're going to get back this land, by giving of yourself to benefit everyone. So I got some good kids, good leaders now. When they come down, could have waves, they would come right up to me, Uncle, you need help? They put their board right down. They're going to work before they surf, because I told them, you give before you take. And they're learning that now. So it's growing. And then all it was my grandfather told me the simple words, lead by example and never give up. And what back then, it was a family thing, then people forgot about it. And what was happening, specking and trashing the place. So by bringing back the love and the aloha and to teach everyone that we need to take care, it became a beautiful place. It's a place where people love to come. It's got peace. They feel the spirit, because we shared it down there. We just share love. It's aloha. It's all it is. You need to teach it. You need to lead by example. So we're here to lead by example to aloha everybody. When you call, say, brother, how you? What's going on? You know, it's all love. And that's what's going to pass the aloha on to the next person. They feel comfortable. They feel it. They see it. They feel good. So the aloha spirit is strong here, but we're going to spread it. Basic image is spreading the aloha spirit worldwide.
Under blue skies and amidst the beauty of Honolulu's river mouth, it is time to get the hula kai trials underway, as both young and old battle it out for a place in the main event. As the heats progress, local knowledge certainly seems to pay off. The hula kai trials also saw 3 women competitors who demonstrated that women are a force to be reckoned with as the sport develops, providing a real threat to their opponents. As we have witnessed at many of the events this year, the youth have fast become the stars of the show, as once again here on the Big Island, Maui's Burned Road Digger wows the crowds and judges alike with some phenomenal performances and impressive switch stance riding. Local legend Charles Ka'ili puts his local knowledge to good use as he manages to make it through the trials and onto the main event. In the end, it proves to be Hawaiian Kolaya Jardine's day as he takes top honors in the hula kai trials and advances through to the main event to challenge the very best in the world. The final wildcard is decided by the Nakamakai Youth Challenge, as Kai Lenny's younger brother Ridge shows that surfing talent runs deep in their family, earning his place in the main event to compete alongside his brother, the current tour leader. This Stand Up World Tour episode is brought to you by Aloha and welcome to the beautiful Big Island of Hawaii and its pristine and untouched northeast shore. The Naniloa Volcanoes Resort provides your perfect home base for exploring the very best that the Big Island has to offer. So make sure to put this piece of paradise on your Hawaiian Island itinerary, and the Naniloa Volcanoes Resort looks forward to welcoming you. The Waterman League initiated its partnership with Nakamakai back in 2009, sharing in its vision for the empowerment of youth through an introduction to ocean-based activities and learning. Through our events, we take founder Dwayne DeSoto's vision to all 4 corners of the world and encourage our athletes to take part in making a difference in these children's lives. Welcome back to the Stand Up World Tour for the Hawaii Island Finals held on the beautiful Big Island of Hawaii.
Well, we were very nervous. We wanted to put our best foot forward. We wanted to welcome every athlete who came here and have them feel that they were in the right place for the championship.
Yeah, look, the feeling here on the Big Island's unreal. Everyone's friendly. In the water, everyone's super friendly. Yeah, look, I love it. It's a really good spot.
I mean, it's definitely beautiful, you know. You've got this place. It seems like a small paradise, you know.
And yeah, it's marvelous. Like there's waterfalls and volcanoes. I've seen the volcanoes going through the ocean with all the smokes and everything, so that was insane. And yeah, it's beautiful to be here. The spot is really beautiful, the background, everything, so yeah, that's cool.
You know, the waves here are phenomenal. Hilo Bay is amazing. The spot over here with the left and right option is fantastic.
As the main event kicks off, it is time for the trials winners to meet with the elected wildcards for the last battle before facing up against the top 24.
We all had a good time, you know, sharing waves, having fun, got a few little turns in helicopters, so I think that's what put me in second. Stoked to make it through.
Hopefully later on today the swells pick up, which they say they are. But all you gotta do is have fun for now. Just enjoy the day. What a beautiful day in Hilo. Aloha!
the second heat of round 1, local ripper Black Abraham put his knowledge of the break to good use, but is narrowly knocked out by young upstart and now celebrity stand-up paddler, 14-year-old Riggs Napoleon.
I came to the Big Island with no expectations of even, making it in here, but, I'm just so stoked to be able to be a part of it.
Stuck to the game plan. I caught a couple solid rides, and then when I felt like I got a good score going, I went to the left and tried to get some more, critical sections.
I just love them here. It's just a great feeling to see the world here, enjoying the same beauty and the same beach and the same wave that I ride. It's gorgeous, it's awesome.
Perhaps more than any of its sister islands in the chain, the Big Island has succeeded in preserving and perpetuating its cultural heritage and identity. We look to Big Island ambassador and stand-up World Tour athlete Kalani Kahali'oumi to tell us more about his home and what makes the island so special.
First of all, it's an honor and privilege to have 12 countries here on this island, showing the beauty of this island, showcasing, what our community has to offer. It comes from the top, our leader and, who is the mayor of the county, Mayor Kinoy. He believes in to have a healthy island, you need to have a healthy community. To have a healthy community, you need to have a healthy family.
We're very honored to open up the island of Hawaii, Omoko Keawe, to all of our guests from around the world at the Stand-Up World Tour Championships right here in Hilo, Hawaii. And all of us grew up with very simple values here, respect and aloha, treating everybody with dignity and respect, and everybody's family. And that's how we grew up in Hawaii, and that's how we truly share aloha. Aloha is a universal language of love and friendship, and we're proud to be a small part of that this week.
Aloha can mean a lot of things, yeah, but my favorite is kokua, helping another person.
And today we are in Hilo, and to be honest, I never thought about a surf trip for Hilo before, but I would like to come back now because, the welcoming has been so fantastic that it really makes me feel I should come back.
We have beautiful mountain summits, Mauna Kea, Mauna Loa, an active volcano. Most especially, we have our beautiful ocean that we get to share with people across the world.
It's through this connection to the ocean and Hawaii's cultural heritage that Hawaiians like Kalani strive to perpetuate and instill both language and cultural practices to future generations through Hawaiian language immersion schools.
The cultural approach helps them to find their identity and who they are and where they come from. We get to make the change for them. It helps design all these alternative programs to keep kids out of trouble. Most especially, I get to help teach kids how to interact and resolve conflict on a canoe. Well, when you're in the ocean, you have to work together. You have to communicate with each other. When you catch a wave, that special feeling you find when you catch a wave, it's the same feeling when you're sailing. That's why I do it.
Round 2 brings local favorites and trials win 24 in the world for the countdown to the crowning of both event and world champions right here on the Big Island.
Oh, that was just a close one, man. I was just tripping the whole session. Got my last wave. It was probably 2 minutes in the heat, and that's the one that put me in the second. So, got lucky, had a few fun waves, and me and Kai got first, I got second. So, looks like the grounds are taking over on this one,
I made it to next round, so stoked about that. It's really high tide right now, so there's not really that much waves coming in, but that was fun.
Look, I went out there and first one just came to me. The other boys seemed to let it go, so I thought I'd get one under the belt, and I think that was probably my best one. So I was pretty stoked with that, and then I was just hoping, waiting for a good one, and I managed to get one, so I'm just stoked to get through a heat on a small wave comp and pumped.
So far I don't know, but the first heat was pretty good. A little bit of a battle for taking the priority with the Brazilian, but that's how it goes. It's a competition. Even if we're all friends, when we're in the water, we're trying to catch the better waves. So that was a little bit of a battle, but I get through. I had good waves, and I'm pretty happy. Yeah. So I will try to do the same on the next heat.
Tour favourites like Antoine Delperot and Kai Lenny make it through to the next round, while the battle rages on for the remaining spots in the quarterfinals, with local favourite Kalani Kahaliaumi and Aaron Napoleon both making the cut.
It went well. It was a couple waves that came through. I was trying to link in with a couple turns to the inside. It seems like they're kind of scoring those rail turns, so I wanted to try and get those in. I'm excited, looking forward to the next heat. So.
Well, we haven't seen the best conditions on Earth out here, but the guys sure are making it look good. You know, they go out there and rip it apart. The action's been really solid. They're doing every maneuver that the stand-up guys can do, utilizing the conditions to the best. And the showdown for the world title is underway with Kai and Peo both advancing. So it's really exciting now who's going to win the world title as well as who's going to win for the day.
This Stand Up World Tour episode is brought to you by Stand Up World Tour patrons provide a vital support mechanism for the continued growth and development of the sport and its World Championship Tour. They also support some of the world's leading athletes as they pursued their quest for the World Championship title.
I'm just a product of my environment.
I'll never forget what got me where I am today, and that's surfing, you know. The North Shore has every variety of wave you can think of, from the whitewash to some of the biggest waves in the world. And
Hawaii has some of the more well-rounded surfers because of this.
You know, you can test your skills from, 0 to 100. Right now it's the winter time, and put all my time and energy and focus into surfing right now. It's time to do what I do best.
This year I was so unexpected, only because I got one of the last wild cards for the main event at Sunset, and after I won that, it was kind of like, okay, well, I'm in a good position now, I might as well just keep going. But at the beginning of last year I had no idea that this would be happening.
With first, second and third places so far on the tour this year, Kai Lenny is poised to make history at just 18 years old, with only Francis Peo Lizarazu standing in the way of his first world title.
Yeah, it's really cool to be in the position I'm in right now. When I was really little, really young, I just remember dreaming of coming onto a tour and being the leader and hopefully, grabbing a world title. My drive right now in stand-up paddling is I want to surf it. I want to be able to surf a big board and do surfing maneuvers. But not only that is, coming from windsurfing, I have a really good feeling of speed and I kind of want to incorporate the speed into the stand-up paddling, trying to go as fast as I can, but be pulling off maneuvers that you would never thought possible on a stand-up board. I would say probably my most memorable moment was winning Sunset, because I kind of went there and I had trained with Dave Kalama and Robbie, who were gonna be in the Sunset event, and but I was just going out and riding with them, and so that was kind of a good warm-up. And then when I actually won it, I was just like, it was like, whoa, this is my first big event. I couldn't even picture it in my mind quite like how it turned out, because I thought I would eventually win a windsurf event first.
We're so proud of him. When we were at Sunset and we realized partway through the contest that he could actually win the contest, and here we are not quite a year later and he's leading the tour. He's been working really, really hard at it. He's trained all year, and I think he's earned it. So hopefully he can keep the momentum going.
The most memorable moments too is going to Brazil, and getting into the final and kind of taking the lead over Peo, and coming from dead last in the heat to getting second place in the dying minutes, which that was really cool, because that kind of showed me that it's not over till the horn goes, so anything can happen.
Sort of watching the year progress, and obviously been working with Kai for forever, and pretty proud of him. He's surfing so well and smart, and that's a good combo.
This is the beginning, I think, and I think that right now I'm more hungry than ever to do well, and it's only been confidence booster to have done well in 3 events out of the 4 events that have already happened.
It has been no mean feat for Kai to achieve what he has this year, given the sheer caliber of athletes on tour.
You cannot count anyone out right now. Everyone's really hungry for it, but I would say coming into next year, you have guys like Antoine, you have guys like Peo, Robin, Lecco, and there's a laundry list of other great riders. But at the end of the day, I think it's going to be who wants it more and who's willing to take themselves to the next level, and also kind of look deep inside themselves and find what they need to do to win. So heck, if I could be doing all the training I was doing and all the water time, and I still had to do fit school in somewhere, and next year's going to be a whole nother story, just because I'll be able to put 110% of my focus into doing what I want to do, and that's compete on the world tour. So I would have to say that this won't be the end of Kai Lenny, I think.
Pretty good. I get a couple good waves, but I wasn't scoring that much. But I get through, so that's cool.
Oh, it was great heat. I kind of got control of the heat early on. I was stoked because at the end, I couldn't help it. There was always such a good wave coming in that I had to go. So yeah, I got some fun waves. It was more of a fun heat than a stressful, I need to get the points heat. So it was fun.
Dwayne DeSoto continues to assert his presence on tour with another consistent performance, making it through to the semi-finals, getting the better of local favorite Kainoa Hauania.
Mate, pretty hard.
All right, we're gonna start.
I was struggling a bit to get moving, so.
4, 3,
but there's some fun ones. Yeah. A lot of guys will have a better day, I think. But yeah, look, I just needed one more wave. That's the story, isn't it? But all good, mate. It's good fun.
Leo has had a spectacular year in 2010 and has proved to be a formidable arch-rival to Kai Lenny. from the outset at Sunset Beach back in February, as they jostled for first place throughout the year and right up until this final event on the Big Island. Peyo narrowly misses out on advancing through to the semi-finals, which in turn ends his campaign to bring the world title back to France.
For sure, it's better to be second than to be last, but of course, you know, when you get second, you are more leaning towards looking at the top than looking behind, so of course, you know, it's a bit frustrating, but I can only blame it on myself, I think. But yes, you know, if I look back when I entered the first contest in Sunset this year, I didn't plan on, you know, doing all those contests first and at least to finish second overall in the ranking. So yeah, I'm happy.
It feels pretty good. Won the world title, so it's kind of a dream come true. But no, I'm super stoked. So stoked, over the moon right now. Made it happen. I just hung in and got through the heats I needed, and it worked out.
In the second semi-finals, Brazil's rising star Leco Salazar knows just how to get the judges' attention, allowing him to move on into the finals alongside famous Big Island stand-up surfer Ikaika Kalama.
Coming into the final heat, feeling really good. You know, getting the world title kind of took the pressure off. So now it's kind of, you know, I'm going to go out there and just have fun and push myself and get the good wave. So I'm excited.
The dramatically beautiful beach park of Honolulu provides the perfect setting for history in the making, as the 4 finalists step up to mark their names in history. Kai Lenny winning this event and the world title is only part of the story, as Antoine Delperot from France solidifies his position as one of Kai's biggest threats for 2011, alongside the ever-impressive Brazilian Leco Salazar. Meanwhile, Big Island's Ikaika Kalama shoots back into contention after missing out on the middle 3 events of 2010, reaffirming his stature in the world of stand-up paddle surfing.
That's pretty amazing stuff here. I knew after his first wave in the final, I said he's going to win it, just because his intensity, his speed, his riding was on the edge of being wild, but so controlled and so dynamic. So there was a lot of charisma in his riding, and you could see all of his heart, his passion was there.
With our event champion crowned, it is time to head back to the beautiful Naniloa Volcanoes Resort to crown the sport's first ever world champion. A fitting conclusion to a spectacular year. Join us in February as we head back to the North Shore of Oahu for the Sunset Beach Pro, an event that promises to provide a dramatic opening for the 2011 Standout World Tour season. Ahui ho!